welcome back. This is Flying06 here, and we're about to do another video on Teneris Adventures and Arena of the Contest. So tonight we are covering Kickstarter update number 60, which kind of just went over shipping and a little bit more of the quest design. So we'll kind of jump in here like we usually do. So starting off the top, what a lot of people wanted to know the most is what's the deal with shipping. So basically what's going on with shipping is they've been waiting for the ships to be able to get the cargo containers to be able to load up the boxes and then send them out on ships. Well, they've had some issues with getting those cargo containers, and now they've been able to get that, sounds like get that resolved. I believe they're probably getting that getting it loaded and shipping out here pretty soon. We're told that in the next update, we'll actually have updated shipping dates and a more accurate planning time schedule. So more news to come on that here pretty soon. But sounds like it's a little bit better than just kind of playing the waiting game and it just continuing to sit at the factory. So also, in regards to timeline, I've mentioned this in the past and in the Discord channel before, but there is actually, it's explicitly mentioned here in the update, which is very important. And specifically, it's this part here about having a 6-month gap between the first and second wave deliveries. So there's a couple reasons that they're wanting to do that. One, to give first wave backers a chance to try their content. Say maybe they got only Arena of the Contest in the first wave, and maybe they wanted to get some other add-ons or something else in the future, and be able to try out the game and then maybe add on before that second wave shows up. So that's part of it. Second reason too is it's kind of unfair, potentially for some people to pay for a first wave shipping and then it show up potentially, a month or two after your first wave. The second wave shows up a month or two after that first wave. So that would just be pretty unfortunate if you had to pay extra shipping just to have something immediately show up at your door right after the first thing. So right? You'd rather get all that in one go then and save on the shipping costs if that was the case. So that's also part of it. And then also the probably biggest thing of it all is this gives them additional time to continue polish the game, especially since these are completely uncontrolled delays that there's not really anything they could do about this in terms of getting things out shipped any sooner. But anyway, so yep, there's going to be a 6-month delay between first and second wave. All right, so we got some pretty cool picture here. I love this here of this Kemet Archer villain. It looks pretty awesome there. I think we have some miniatures that look pretty close to that, but the picture looks even better. All right, so the next topic that this update went into was a little bit more about quest structure and kind of like what each quest is sounding like it's going to be. So they've really focused on trying to give each quest a distinct flavor. So it's not the exact same thing every time, right? Not just killing the bad guys just on a different map each time, or not even just taking out the boss at the end. It's each quest will have a different mini game. So some of the they give 4 examples in here. One of them being, I really like this one about Mir here. She has a stealth quest where she's able to move around the map, and villains will only have a range of 3 with their vision, and you're gonna try to essentially dodge around the different bad guys on the map, and you have to make sure you're making those precise movements and attacks to take out the bad guys that you have to, so that way they can't alert anyone else. You have to be very much an assassin, which is Mir's main thing, of course, Mir the Assassin. So it sounds like a really fun quest. Another one that came up here, and they give a little bit of details, but I actually talked to Alex about this as well, as the Fallen Swamp. They talk about this Lich. Bad guy who's moving around this trail, and as he's moving, apparently is based on the number of the moves is based on the number of villains that are in play. So wherever the Lich ends his movement will be different outcomes. So it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. But basically, Alex told me that it's kind of got a Monopoly feel to it, right? Where you're sometimes you land on you go past go, right? You get $200, or maybe you land on Park Place Avenue, for example, and take some big hits, right? Monopoly, money wise, obviously, but in Arena of the Contest, it sounds like, or Teneris Adventures, you'll have probably some much worse outcomes than losing $200. But anyway, so that sounds really exciting to get, a unique little mini game. Okay, last no, we got a couple other things. So Teneris RPG here. So they just give quick glimpse here of Teneris RPG and the Mad Walker, which is a super awesome photo here or artwork. But the biggest update, they just say August in here, but our group on Discord actually found on the Dragori site, you'll see that it actually says August 31st on Kickstarter is when this is coming out. And so it's labeled here on the website. It's also labeled right down here. Get the Golden Dragon miniature day 1 on August 31st. You'll see, right, you get the DM screen, the world map, the Imperial capital, and then, maybe it got removed already. So this one, you might just have to trust me on this one. But the other day when I was actually looking on here, they had the starter, kind of the overview for Teneris RPG book, and in there it actually explicitly said August 31st as well. So pretty confident it's going to be August 31st, but I'm sure they're maybe trying not to super pin down in this update that it will be the 31st, but I'm pretty like 95% sure that's probably going to be the date. So prepare your wallet, prepare your time for it. All right, so one other thing that came up as well, which actually is not in the update at all, this is a discussion that I had with Alex on Facebook, is I actually asked him what the status of the solo PvP mode was, because we actually haven't heard anything about that since the campaign even came out. And basically he said that they came up with something, but it was just too predictable and didn't really get the outcome that they were looking for. So they're sounds like they're struggling a little bit on that. He said they're going to devote some more developers and time to try to get that worked on here next month, and then they'll kind of evaluate and see where it goes there. But sounds like the solo PvP mode might be slowed down a bit. So I'm hoping we'll get some more information on that eventually once they can put something together. But it's something, of course, that we're excited about, because we do a lot of PvP on this channel and definitely would like to see that. And I know there is so many people in the community that really enjoy PvP. And even solo content in general. So I think people would be a lot more interested in PvP if they did have this solo option. All right, so next up we got the boss versus boss playthrough. So we had this last weekend. If you didn't see on my channel already, we did this is 2-hour and 43-minute video on the boss versus boss mode that we played in Tabletop Simulator. That is available in Tabletop Simulator. If you want to go play it yourself right now, you can do that. I also posted the link for the assets that I was given, which are just picture files, just to clarify. But you could print out those pictures, use the core box components. Obviously, you'd need that to play the boss versus boss mode, and then just use some of the components that you already have and the pieces that are sent, and you should be able to play boss versus boss. The rule book is also in the Discord as well, so you basically have all those items to try it on your own if you're really up for it. Okay, so make sure to check out this playthrough video if you get time. Give us your thoughts on what you liked, what you didn't like, and Dragori is definitely taking that in as part of their feedback. I know we gave them our feedback. I have a whole section here at the end where we just talked about the commentary of it. Basically, the biggest issue that I told Dragori that I have an issue with is it's kind of the difficulty curve of it. So, and I talk about this in the video as well, but just quickly sum up what happened is there's a lot going on in boss versus boss. You have all the heroes, you got scroll cards, you got all the boss, actions, the minions, all the features, all the talisman cards. Yeah, there's just I can't even I could spend a long time just talking about this alone. But there's so much going on that it's overwhelming, more than normal for like playing a new game and mode. That I just believe that any new player that is trying to get into boss versus boss is really going to struggle liking this mode, especially if they're just learning for the first time, because there's just too much to know and learn, that you're just gonna struggle. And really the biggest thing I compare it to is in the standard PvP mode. If you don't want to play with scroll cards, if you don't want to play with artifact cards, if you don't want to play with heroic actions, if you don't want to play with the advanced rules such as, reaction attacks, focus, mobbing, all that stuff, then you can just not do that and you can still learn to play the game and all that. The problem with boss versus boss, you can't do that. You can't just cut out a whole bunch of parts of the game and still have the same mode. So, it's a fine line of trying to figure out what things you could remove to make it a little simpler, and what things that would essentially have to stay. So one of the examples I gave Dragori was maybe just don't even have scroll cards at all, and just say when somebody resurrects, then you automatically get that blast charge, and that's it. There isn't like a whole using additional scroll cards or anything. Obviously, that takes a little strategy element out there, but that's not a big deal if you just want to play the game. So that's one really simple way I think of reducing some of that. Anyway, point is, there might be some things that can be done to this game mode to try to make it more palatable for new players getting in. But if they don't do anything, I'm really worried that a lot of people just are going to try the mode once and give up on it really quickly and just be like, that's just, I'm not into that kind of thing. I don't like PvP. We definitely enjoyed it. I'll say that it was a lot of fun, but there is a lot, and just want to make sure that everyone in the community has a great time. Of course, playing the game and can play with everyone else, and don't want to try to, divide people up over different game modes. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the main content I had today. Last thing is, so this video come out this Friday, but next week I will actually be on vacation, so I will be out, not doing Arena the contest, or Teneris Adventures content or anything like that. May or may not have a video come up or not, but I wouldn't be too hopeful because I'll be pretty busy. Then the week after that, I'll be back. I might do a shorter video again though. We'll kind of see how it's going. It's still going to be a pretty busy week for me. And then the week after that, I'm then going on vacation again for a friend's wedding. So the week after that, I think it's June 11th or so, is definitely when I should be back making content as usual. So anyway, hope you like what I made today, and let me know in the comments about what you thought on today's video on Boss vs. Boss and the Kickstarter update. Anyway, check out my videos. Subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing here. Give me some likes. All that kind of stuff will really help me grow and continue to expand to the community that may have never actually seen any of my videos before. So anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.